A dense fog smothers Whitechapel's dark streets, its tendrils clinging to aged brick and cobblestone. Lanterns cast long, dancing shadows, painting the scene in eerie contrasts of light and darkness. The air hangs heavy with the stench of coal smoke, a grim reminder of this city's underbelly. A chill wind whispers through the narrow alleyways, carrying with it the scent of fear. A cold, unforgiving nightmare lurks within these streets. The year is 1888. The narrator ominously declares as shadows deepen, hinting at unseen horrors. The air vibrates with an uncanny soundscape. Broom, distant steps, and the wind's desolate howl. Each sound is heightened, a symphony of suspense, painting a world fraught with mystery and unseen perils. The wind howls louder, a raw, chilling cry that seems to cut through the very soul. Footsteps echo faintly, hinting at an unseen presence lurking just beyond the veil of mist. The sound effects intensify, weaving a tapestry of auditory unease, promising danger. Flickering streetlight casts long, eerie shadows in the narrow alleyway. The wind whispers secrets through damp concrete. A witness, neighbor, cloaked in a heavy coat, fidgets, their breath misting in the cold night air. Their gaze darts nervously, a silent plea against unseen eyes in the oppressive darkness. I saw her, they begin, voice trembling. A woman, walking alone. Then, nothing, just silence. The witness, neighbor whispers, the alley seeming to hold its breath. In the dim alleyway, Marianne Nichols is a shadow against the grimy brick, her strength fading with each breath. Her voice, barely audible, is a desperate plea against the encroaching darkness. Help me. Unseen footsteps echo, a predator drawing closer. The creak of a door and whistling wind amplify the dread. Footsteps quicken, signaling imminent danger. A chilling fog envelops Whitechapel's streets, gas lamps casting an eerie glow on the slick cobblestones. Shadows twist and writhe like tormented souls, painting a macabre dance upon the fog-laden walls. The Ripper shadow stretches further. A voice echoes, the terror escalating with each name whispered. Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes. Their names linger, etched in the grim history. The streets themselves seem to whisper of inescapable terror, a silent scream trapped in the fog. The morgue's sterile light reflects off steel as Dr. Armstrong surveys the cadaver, his face a mask of grim curiosity. He leans in, his gaze intense, tracing the deliberate mutilations that mar the body. Each cut whispers of monstrous knowledge, a chilling calculation evident in their precise placement. The cold air hangs heavy with unspoken dread, a testament to the dark secrets held within the room. In a dim Whitechapel room, Annie Chapman cowers, her wide eyes reflecting terror, a fragile figure trembling in the shadows. Whispering, she questions the unseen presence, her voice shaking. Who's there? What do you want? Fog rolls through Whitechapel's narrow streets, doors bolted tight against the unseen horror. The narrator speaks of fear as windows are barred, the thick fog suffocating the screams of the night. The oppressive fog swallows everything, promising a night of terror in the heart of Whitechapel. Distant screams echo, a symphony of terror engulfing the scene. The sharp scrape of a knife pierces the air, cutting through the growing dread. The wind howls like a predator, hungry and relentless. Doors slam shut with violent finality, sealing in the cacophony of fear. Inside the hectic police station, Anna, a newspaper reporter, stands amidst the chaos, her gaze sharp and observant. Officers rush, phones scream, and a palpable tension fills the air, a stark backdrop to Anna's agitation. Anna's voice cuts through the noise, fueled by urgency and frustration. Whitechapel is living in terror. This murderer, he's untouchable, she exclaims, her words hanging in the air. Her piercing question challenges the overwhelmed officers. How can he keep evading you? Inside the stark police station, Dr. Armstrong's face is a mask of worry as he sits opposite the detective. Dr. Armstrong gestures, his voice strained with mounting frustration and a hint of desperation. We've exhausted every lead. Dr. Armstrong laments, his words hanging heavily in the air. Analyzed every piece of evidence, he continues, a deep frown creasing his brow with each word. The killer, they're like a ghost, unseen, untouchable. Dr. Armstrong concludes, defeated. The air vibrates with anticipation, every molecule charged with unspoken questions and secrets. A quill scratches urgently. It strokes heavy with the weight of investigation, filling the void. Distant drums pulse, primal and deep, their rhythm resonating through the very ground. A crowd murmurs, a rising tide of voices swelling with suspense and veiled expectation. A thick fog smothers Whitechapel's cobblestone streets, clinging to the ghostly gas lamps. The air hangs still, heavy with a chilling sense of anticipation. As shadows flicker and twist, every corner becomes a potential hiding place, shrouded in mystery and lurking danger. The city holds its breath, aware of the killer's presence in the oppressive darkness. The city holds its breath, knowing the killer could strike at any moment. Glistening cobblestone reflects dim gaslight, a chilling breeze weaving through Whitechapel's alleyways. Fog hangs heavy, cloaking the dark corners in shadow, obscuring secrets in the night. The narrow streets, slick with rain, whisper tales of unseen horrors. A haunting silence descends as the fog thickens, swallowing the district whole. The terror ended as suddenly as it began, with 5 confirmed victims and Jack's disappearance. A thick fog smothers Whitechapel's streets, its chilling tendrils seeping into every crack and corner. Gas lamps struggle to pierce the oppressive gloom, casting ghostly halos that barely hold back the darkness. A witness, neighbor lurks in shadow, his features swallowed by the night. A silent observer. The fog amplifies the silence, broken only by faint whispers and the distant echoes of unseen lives. The fog seems to carry the shadow of the witness, obscuring his face in the night. People still speak in whispers. The witness, neighbor says, his voice barely audible. Whitechapel's cobblestone streets glisten under the flickering gas lamps, their light painting long shadows. A chill wind whispers through the narrow alleyways, carrying secrets and fear. The shadows dance, obscuring faces and intentions in the dimly lit streets. Jack the Ripper's identity was never discovered, but his shadow lingers, a chilling reminder that evil can hide in plain sight. Wind howls, a symphony of desolation, across the empty soundscape. A distant church bell tolls, its solemn chime cutting through the fog. The bell's mournful sound amplifies the haunting atmosphere. Fading footsteps echo, lost and alone in the swirling mist. The echoing footsteps suggest a departure, a mystery unresolved. The wind, bell, and footsteps create a haunting, unresolved ending.